And here we go, settle in, folks. Courtroom stories always start calm, but trust me, it's about to get complicated. Quick thought, how many of you would actually let your parents handle your legal mess? Be honest.
And you can talk to her when they bring her out. Here's the issue. She retained an attorney. That attorney did not have a motion to withdraw signed. She's still the attorney. And what ended up happening at that hearing is there was an issue where the defense attorney said that the father of her client is interfering with her.
Whoa, this is the first bombshell. The defense attorney says dad is meddling so much, she can't even represent her client. That's not just drama, that's a full-on legal crisis. Imagine your own lawyer saying, I can't do my job because of your parent.
Ability to represent her. All right, so this is what I always tell parents, and I used to be a defense attorney, so I know how it is with parents. When parents have children, their child can be 30, their child can be 40, that's still their baby, and they want to be involved. And it's especially true when you have a child who is young, 17, 18. But here's the thing, in this world, they're all considered adults. Okay. And when they have an attorney or something, the relationship is between them and their attorney. I used to have to tell parents all the time because sometimes the parents would hire me. And I used to have to sit down with parents and say, hey, you've hired me, you're paying me, but that's the end of our relationship. You can't be a part of discussions I have with my client because guess what? If you're part, I would tell them, if you're a part of discussions I have with my client, then there's no attorney-client privilege.
That's the killer detail. If parents insert
what I can tell parties is she was able to afford to Miss Sawyer's appears because she's listed as her
the witness stand.
I mean, no, that's what I hired an attorney.
Parents,
then why
are you listening?
I am not proceeding.
Sometimes
I'm receiving appointed
hurt.
Attorney. And you know what ends up happening with that? When there's no attorney-client privilege, guess what? You can be called as a witness. Anybody who's in that room having a conversation, it's all fair game. They can be called as a witness. And maybe sometimes there's something that maybe a client wants only their attorney to know, and they don't want other people to know. But when parents are in the room, guess what? That all goes by the wayside. And sometimes we have to let our children go and let our children be adults.
End of flashback.
But the father ended up turning over medical documentation to the defense attorney, and then that was that. There was no re-urging of the motion to withdraw. And there's nothing in the system that shows, one, that a motion to withdraw has been signed. So if a motion to withdraw has not been signed, that's still the attorney. And correct me if I'm wrong, for the MAC to appoint her an attorney while she has a retained attorney in felony court, that appears that may be interfering with the attorney-client relationship.
And here's where the puzzle pieces clash. She hired a lawyer, but now she has a court-appointed one too? That's like paying for Netflix, but then also demanding free cable. Judges hate that confusion, and you should too. Do you think it's a mix-up or a sneaky tactic?
And then the next questions become, if she was able to afford to hire an attorney, then why is she receiving appointed attorney, a court-appointed counsel? So if you wish to speak to her, you can. But what I can tell parties is I am not proceeding unless Ms. Sawyer's appears because she's listed as her attorney of record. And address the court. I mean, no, that's what I've said. So if I'm not proceeding without Attorney Sawyer's being here because technically that is her client. And I haven't received a motion to withdraw.
It's on file.
It hasn't been signed.
The order, you're correct. The motion has been signed by Ms. Sawyers. The order has not been signed, but there's a YouTube video in which your court said that as soon as Ms. Erin reappeared, you would sign the order. She's here, so we're requesting that you sign the order.
Ms. Sawyer needs to be here.
She is in a jury trial for several days. So you're saying Ms. Erin is going to have a seat and
Have a seat. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to proceed with this hearing. Excuse me, I don't understand the attitude. Have a seat. I will take your matter up. I was explaining to you what the issues were. I don't know why people don't understand what I'm saying. I've explained to you what the issues are. You see these attorneys sitting here. I was giving you all opportunity to speak to her so you can understand what the court's issues are. That's where we are.
Judge,
And then I'm going to take this hearing up and then we'll continue with your matter.
I'm not the court-appointed attorney, as you've already mentioned. So
No,
I'll
you're not.
contact Ms. Sawyer.
Thank you. All right, are you all ready?
Well, waiting to hear from Mr. Harris.
A few moments later.
Okay.
All right, so what I do know from my memory, what I do know is that Ms. Sawyers at first wanted to be withdrawn from the case because she said she was having issues with Miss Aaron's father interfering with her ability to represent her. However, that motion was never signed because where we left off was the father gave Miss Sawyer's, Miss Aaron's medical records. And then after that, Miss Sawyer's never asked that the motion to withdraw be heard again. So Miss Sawyer's is her attorney. And if somebody has appointed an attorney, then that's interfering and that's unethical to appoint an attorney when she has a hired attorney.
I think that might be the confusion here, Judge. It seems like the dates where she filed this motion on 7/2, and then Elizabeth Russell was appointed after that without any substitution. So she,
And there can't be a substitution when an attorney has been retained and managed assigned counsel. I'm assuming managed assigned counsel appointed somebody or?
I'm not sure, Judge.
All right, so then Jody Sawyers is the attorney of record.
Okay.
So if you want to get in touch with Jody Sawyers, you have her here. And then somebody else needs to find out if she's retained an internal counsel. Then how is she qualified for a court-appointed attorney? Those are issues that need to be addressed, unless we're just giving everybody a court-appointed attorney, whether or not they can afford one.
I'll look
These
into
are just questions the court has.
I understand, Judge, and I can look into that. For efficiency, Mr. Escobar has indicated that, he'll defer to your judgment on this issue of whether or not she's.
The attorney will need to be here.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Okay, so, I'll be here all day.
Good, Judge.
So if you all want to get in touch with Jody Sawyer, you can.
We will. Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Much later.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right, how are you doing?
I'm doing really good.
So is everything going okay?
Yes.
Everything going okay?
Yes, Judge, as a matter of fact, I checked in with her case manager, Ms. Tunisian. She said she's doing really well. My client also advised me that she got her high school diploma.
Plot twist. After all that courtroom chaos, we suddenly get a feel-good moment, a diploma, graduation, and even a judge promising to show up. From lawyer fights to cap and gown vibes. Talk about a roller coaster ending.
Congratulations.
Yeah, she's moving definitely in the right direction. You're on a very proud of her progress. She's set to graduate in December. The only thing left she has is MRT, about 4 classes left, Judge.
Okay. All right. Well, I tell you what, I will come to your graduation. I know it's going to be great. So we're not going to say you're intending to. We're going to say she's going to graduate in December.
That's right.
All right. So then what we'll do is we'll recall this. Norma, can you recall this for November? Yes. but not interfere with the week of Thanksgiving, please. That would work. All right, so we're going to come back November 17th, and I know on November 17th, you're going to tell me, Judge, you said you'd come to my graduation, so it's happening. So we'll have you come back on November 17th just to make sure that you're on track, and I know you will be. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
All right, continue with the good work, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.